You ever get the feeling that something's watching you? Lately, I've noticed a presence. It lingers in the background, in my mind. But I've got things to do and I've gotten pretty good at pretending it's not there. I figured it would go away at some point if I just kept to myself. But the other day, I just couldn't ignore it anymore. I felt the weight of it, begging to make eye contact. So I finally turned to it and said, "Look, I've got emails to stare at and mindless scrolling to do. Can't you wait another month?" No, it couldn't. See, things started to get pretty noisy. And the thing that's been staring at me from across the room crept closer and closer until I could finally feel it breathing down my neck. I know what this is. The distraction, the excess, the overwhelm. It's time to let shit go. Hi, I'm Karinas. Welcome back. In my last video, I talked about how I'm going through this season of change. And if you've ever been in a similar season, you know that things can feel a little murky. Things might not make sense at first, and you can't make it go any faster. Part of that is because we are essentially leaving our old self behind. So one of the things I like to do to gain some form of clarity is to clear up some space. And since fall's around the corner, my favorite season, it's the perfect time to start letting things go. And I don't know about you, but I want to travel light into this next season because this year has been... I'm not trying to do a whole apartment reset here. I just want a little refresh. So I've been wanting to go through this pile of random papers, mail, receipts, tracking numbers, a bunch of random things. And I've been avoiding this for months. And I know there's a difference between wanting to do something and actually doing it. So my process is gonna be 3 piles. One for garbage, one for urgent, and the other one to review. So let's lock in. We can do this. Okay, garbage. Ah, shit. Garbage, 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 garbage. Let's make a little snack because I'm hungry, but then dinner is not that far from now either. So I don't want to spoil it, but I need energy. So I got peaches from the farmer's market, but I think I'm gonna go with the strawberries. I got some Best Self lactose-free yogurt, and we just got some almonds from Costco. I don't know what happened to their dry roasted almonds, but this is all they got, the raw ones. So I am gonna pop it in the oven at some point. But I want to put a little bit to give my Greek yogurt a crunch. Our kitchen is really messy, so yeah, I'm not gonna show you what's going on, but obviously what's going on hasn't been cleaning the kitchen. What else do I need? This, love this bowl. Let's cut up some Strawberries. I know that stone fruits are even better right now, but I want strawberries today. You know, as far as fruits go, I love tropical fruits the most, obviously. But if I were to pick fruits that are really good here when they're in season, I do love my strawberries. And like a really good peach or nectarine. Ooh. For those of you who don't really like fruit very much, try it when they're in season. Because if you try strawberries like during the winter, I know they'll come from, you know, a different country, but they're just not gonna be as good. Oh yeah, try fruits in season. Especially before we get into winter and we're just stuck with bananas and oranges and apples. Nothing against those, but you know. All right, so I'm gonna cut a little bit. So, I don't think you can see it. I'm just gonna layer these things. I'll just show you. Get a little bowl and put some of your Greek yogurt in there. Throw in your fresh fruits. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. And then throw in some crunch. Okay. And because it's not peak strawberry season anymore, they're not the sweetest right now. So I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of maple syrup. And what I do to I don't like things too sweet. It's just my flavor palette. Also, I don't want too much added sugar. I put it on a spoon first. Don't drizzle it like this because you could just, you know, you might accidentally pour more than you wanted to. So I just put it on the spoon first. And then just drizzle. Check that out. Okay, let's take a bite of this. I love this combo. Any fresh fruit? No, not any fresh fruit. I love that the nuts give it some crunch, you know? The crunch would even be better if the nuts were roasted. Man, our place is a mess right now. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna eat this and we'll get back to it. Well, I didn't. By that time, I was mentally exhausted. I ended up just roasting almonds, washing dishes, anything but the thing. You know, it's funny, like when you procrastinate on something, it takes up so much mental space. And in this case, physical space too. And the more you procrastinate, the more you think about it. And the more you make it harder on yourself. It actually took me a few days to work through that pile. But I did it, and I feel lighter already. Now that we have momentum, I have bags of stuff that I want to sort through. I forgot who I got this idea from, but it was around the time I got into minimalism. So around 2015, 2016. So what I do is I keep an empty bag, paper bag, garbage bag, in the closet. And through the year, I will put stuff in there that I'm thinking of donating or selling, or just something that I notice that I haven't really been using. If at some point I end up using it, then I might consider keeping it. But if I don't, then I eventually let it go. But it's not always that easy because some things are harder to let go of. If it has sentimental value, or when I get the case of ay sayang, which means, what a waste in Tagalog. You know, this whole process of decluttering reminds me of when I moved out of my first apartment in San Francisco. It had a bedroom, a bathroom, and a kitchen, but it was tiny, and it was perfect for me at the time. But I was shocked because when it was time to move out, I was pulling out all my stuff, and I just couldn't believe that I was able to fit all that stuff in there. If you really want to know how much stuff you have, try moving. It's a quick reality check. So when I moved out of that spot, I went on a 6-month backpacking trip through Southeast Asia with my partner Tito. And that gave me a real taste of what minimalism felt like. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard living out of a backpack, but there was also something freeing about it. You know, no overthinking on what to wear, and basically just using up whatever I have, because if I added stuff, I'm the one who suffers. Now that I don't live out of a backpack anymore, it's important to me to be intentional about what I consume and prevent excess when I can.
Except for pens. Don't come for my pens.
Speaking of things I've been holding on to, this is my beloved backpack. And I've been having a really hard time letting this one go. She's been to so many places with me, but I know that it's time. So thank you, backpack. She gotta go. Well, I don't know if I'm ready. Next up is this jacket from All Saints. I got it in 2019, and this is my first ever real leather jacket. When I got it, I had the intention of making it, you know, part of my capsule wardrobe. I figured this is gonna last a long time. Leather jackets don't go out of style. It's versatile, but you know what? It doesn't fit my body anymore. It's too tight, and I can't be mad at that. You know, I've been working on my upper body strength for a while, and my body's changed in the past 6 years. So after trying it on over and over and being like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna have to let it go. I am gonna try to sell it though. You know? But then there's this voice that I hear. Keep it in your closet, just in case. Sayang naman. Which actually means let it sit in your closet even if you won't wear it. But on the same note, every time I let go of something I don't need, it feels like this long-awaited
I've learned that things accumulate quickly, even when you're being intentional about what you bring into your space and into your life. When there's overwhelm, simplifying is the antidote. And with simplicity comes clarity. The 7-year-old version of me knew this instinctively. She only had a few favorite things, but her imagination was endless. I'm willing to make space for that. So here's the thing about making space. Just because you've cleared things out doesn't mean you have to rush to fill it with something else. Let it breathe for a bit. Pay attention to how this spaciousness feels. And be open to what might be finding its way to you. Because when you let go, you create space for new opportunities. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one.